You think your life is shaped by your circumstances, by how people treat you, by how much money you have, by who left you and who never supported you. But the truth is the complete opposite of that. Your life is shaped by your vibes. Yes, your energy. What do you think about all day? What do you believe about yourself? How do you see the world around you? That is what is building your future right now, in this very moment. Most people spend their entire lives trying to change the outside world. Change the job, change the city, change the relationship. But the same patterns keep showing up. Why? Because nothing changed on the inside. Until you change yourself, your reality will never truly change. This is the very first lesson of good vibes, good life. Self-love is not a luxury. Self-love is the foundation of everything. The foundation, self-love, is not optional. If you do not respect yourself, the world will not take you seriously either. If you do not believe you are worthy, then opportunities will arrive at your door and walk right past you without stopping. The reason is simple. You attract what you believe about yourself on the inside. If there is insecurity inside, there will be a hunger for validation on the outside. If there is a sense of lack inside, there will be constant comparison on the outside. If there is doubt inside, there will be fear on the outside. But, and this is the shift, if there is trust inside, there will be growth on the outside. If there is gratitude inside, abundance will appear on the outside. If there is self-love inside, healthy relationships will naturally find their way to you. This is not a motivational quote. This is a pattern, a chain reaction that works in one direction or the other, depending entirely on what lives inside you. Your thoughts create your emotions. Your emotions drive your actions. Your actions form your habits. And your habits become your life. Every single link in that chain starts with one belief. Here is a brutally honest question. When you make a mistake, do you talk to yourself with compassion and understanding, or do you tear yourself apart? When you fail at something, do you motivate yourself to try again, or do you whisper to yourself that you are useless and that nothing will ever work out? Your inner voice is writing your destiny. Every single day. Self-love does not mean arrogance. It does not mean pretending you have no flaws. It means you stop treating yourself like your own worst enemy. Because here is the truth. Out of every single person on this planet, you spend the most time with yourself. If you are not comfortable in your own company, no relationship in the world, no matter how beautiful, can make you feel complete. Most of us do not love ourselves. We merely tolerate ourselves. As long as things are going well, we are okay with who we are. But the moment we make a mistake, the moment someone rejects us, the moment someone ignores us, we collapse. We tell ourselves, I am not enough. I cannot do anything right. Everything is against me. And slowly, quietly, these statements become beliefs. And beliefs become reality. The very first step towards self-love is noticing your thoughts. What are you actually saying to yourself throughout the day? Is your inner voice your closest ally or your harshest critic? Because you become what you repeatedly think about yourself. If you constantly prove to yourself that you are small, your energy will stay small. But the moment you begin to respect yourself, your entire presence shifts. People feel it. The universe responds to it. Self-love means understanding your own value without measuring it against someone else. You are unique, and that is not a motivational line printed on a poster. It is reality. There is no one in this entire world exactly like you. And yet you are measuring yourself against someone else's template. They earn more. They look better. They are more popular. And quietly, without even realizing it, you accept that you are worth less. But comparison kills gratitude, and without gratitude, good vibes cannot exist. The second step in developing self-love is setting boundaries. Real ones. Making everyone around you happy is not self-love. Saying yes to everything is not maturity. Sometimes, saying no is the most powerful act of self-respect you can perform. If someone is consistently draining your energy, creating distance is not selfishness, it is self-preservation. If someone disrespects you again and again, tolerating it is not greatness, it is self-abandonment. Your energy is limited. Wherever you invest it, that is where your life will grow. Choose your investments wisely. The third step is forgiveness, and it begins with forgiving yourself. You are not perfect in the past. You are not perfect now. You will never be perfect. but you can grow. Learn from the mistakes of your past, but do not let them become your identity. Your mistakes are a chapter in your story. They are not the whole story. The moment you forgive yourself, the chains of guilt break. And the moment guilt dissolves, your energy is freed. That energy can now be used to build something extraordinary. Self-love is a daily practice. Every morning, ask yourself, what one good thing can I do for myself today? It might be eating something nourishing. It might be moving your body. It might be reading a few pages of something meaningful. It might be sitting for 10 minutes in complete silence without your phone. Small actions build large identities. The more respect you give yourself, the more the world will give back. Because the world is simply a mirror reflecting what you feel on the inside. Good vibes is not magic. It is a conscious choice. If there is scarcity inside, you will see competition everywhere you look. If there is love inside, you will see opportunity everywhere you look. Good vibes are not some magical energy floating in the air that a lucky few get to access. They are a conscious choice, made every single day. Every day choosing, I will not feed negativity. Every day choosing, I will not insult myself. Every day choosing, I will put growth above comfort. And slowly, you will begin to notice the changes. Your language shifts. Your reactions shift. Your relationships shift. Because the moment you start genuinely loving yourself, you stop tolerating what is below your level. And that is exactly where the standard of your life begins to rise. Fear, negativity, and breaking toxic patterns. You have probably noticed that the moment you try to grow, old patterns pull you back. Old friends, old habits, old fears. Why? Because your brain treats the familiar as safe, even when it is toxic. Fear is trying to protect you, but that same fear often keeps you small. You do not take the risk because you are scared. You do not speak up because you fear rejection. You do not start because you fear failure. But here is something that will change the way you see fear. The opposite of fear is not courage. The opposite of fear is awareness. The moment you understand that fear is just a thought, its power begins to shrink. You do not have to fight every fear. You simply have to observe it. Ask yourself, why am I afraid? If the worst-case scenario actually happened, what would follow? Is this genuinely life-threatening, or is it only ego-threatening? Most fears are connected to your ego. What will people think? How will I look? What if I fail? But growth is always uncomfortable. If you are completely comfortable, you are not growing. That discomfort you feel when you try something new is not a signal to stop. It is a signal that you are on the right path. Now, let us talk about negativity, because most negativity does not come from outside. It comes from within. Your thoughts, your interpretations, your assumptions. Two people can face the exact same situation. One falls apart. The other grows stronger. The situation was identical. What was different was the meaning they gave it. You assign meaning to every event in your life. If you treat every setback as a personal insult, you will become increasingly insecure. But if you treat every setback as a lesson, you will become increasingly powerful. The choice is always yours. Breaking toxic patterns is not easy because patterns are addictive. Overthinking is a pattern. People-pleasing is a pattern. Self-doubt is a pattern. Your brain repeats whatever it has been doing for years. So how do you change it? The first step is awareness. Whenever you find yourself spiraling into negativity, recognize it. Name it. Say to yourself, this is an old pattern. That recognition alone does 50% of the work. The second step is to replace. When a negative thought arrives, do not blindly accept it as truth. Challenge it. If your mind says you cannot do this, ask, why? What is the actual evidence for that? Your brain is not always right. It has simply been trained, and training can be changed. The third step is environment. The environment you live in shapes your identity. If you hear complaints every day, you will complain. If you hear about growth every day, you will grow. Energy is contagious. So choose consciously what you consume: social media, music, conversations. All of it shapes your vibration. And perhaps most importantly, consistency. Being positive for one day is easy. Being conscious every day is discipline. Transformation is not dramatic. It is silent. Gradually, you react less. You overthink less. You blame yourself less. And one day you will look back and realize the person who used to break at every obstacle is now stable. The person who used to beg for validation is now grounded. The person who used to be paralyzed by fear is now willing to try. Before we go deeper, if even one line so far has landed for you, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it tells the algorithm to keep pushing this kind of content forward. And if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe to this channel, because what you find here is not just book summaries. These are genuine mindset shifts designed to change how you operate from the inside out. Emotional maturity, managing your inner world. Good vibes is not a fake smile plastered on your face. It is emotional maturity. It does not mean you ignore negative emotions. It means you learn to manage them. Being sad is allowed. Being angry is allowed. Being confused is allowed. But being permanently stuck in those states is optional. When you become the owner of your emotions, rather than a hostage to them, the direction of your life changes completely. Emotional maturity means you choose your response instead of defaulting to a reaction. When someone insults you, you do not immediately explode. When someone ignores you, you do not conclude that you are worthless. When someone rejects you, you do not reject yourself. This is power. And this power grows from self-awareness, from knowing yourself so deeply that the outside world loses its ability to destabilize you. As your internal stability grows, you naturally begin to attract better people, better opportunities, and better experiences. Not because of luck, because you are no longer operating from a place of neediness. You are operating from a place of wholeness. And wholeness is magnetic. This is when life stops being something you chase, and it starts being something that moves toward you. The truth about manifestation and identity. Here, a very big illusion needs to be broken. Manifestation does not mean simply imagining what you want. Repeating positive affirmations is not enough on its own. The universe does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your identity, who you are on the inside. That is what determines what gets attracted to you on the outside. If you are insecure on the inside while putting on a performance of confidence on the outside, there will be an energy mismatch. And mismatch always creates struggle. You will keep attracting situations that expose the gap between who you are pretending to be and who you actually feel you are. The solution is not better acting. The solution is genuine identity upgrade. Instead of asking what you want, first ask who you want to become. If you want success, you need the habits of a successful person. If you want healthy relationships, you need to become emotionally mature. If you want respect, you first have to give it to yourself. Life does not change its results until identity changes first. And identity changes through microactions. Big goals are inspiring, but daily habits are transforming. If you want to see yourself as disciplined, work with focused attention for 20 minutes every single day. If you want to see yourself as fit, move your body a little every single day. If you want to see yourself as confident, do one uncomfortable thing every single day. Confidence does not come from thinking. It comes from proof. Every small action gives your brain evidence. I am capable. And as the proof accumulates, your self-belief grows stronger. But here is another trap waiting for you: impatience. You will try for 5 days, and when you see no visible results, you will say nothing is changing. But remember, growth passes through an invisible phase. Just like a seed underground cannot be seen for a long time, even though roots are growing powerfully beneath the surface. Your habits also first create invisible change, then visible results. This is why consistency is greater than intensity. 30 minutes of work every day for 30 days will produce far more than one 3-hour burst of effort followed by a week of nothing. Raising your standards to raise your reality. You attract what you tolerate. If you tolerate disrespect, disrespect will repeat. If you tolerate mediocrity, average results will follow. But the moment you raise your standard, your reality begins to adjust to match it. Raising your standard is not about ego. It means deciding, I will not settle for anything that costs me my peace. You do not need to impress everyone. You need to stay aligned. Alignment means your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all pointing in the same direction. When there is clarity inside, the chaos outside naturally decreases. And when the noise decreases, you begin to hear your intuition again. You already have the answers inside you. You have simply turned up the volume of outside noise so high that your inner voice has been drowned out. Imagine waking up every morning without comparison hanging over you, working without insecurity shadowing every step, building relationships without fear lurking in every corner. This is not a fantasy. This is the result of combining self-love with awareness, then layering discipline on top. Good vibes are not an accident. They are a daily choice. Relationships, success, and what really drives you. The quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. If you do not love yourself, you will seek love from others like someone desperate for water in a desert. If you do not see yourself as complete, you will cling to people hoping they will complete you. But neediness always creates pressure. Healthy relationships form when two complete people come together, not two empty people hoping to fill each other up. Self-love does not make you independent in a cold way. It makes you secure. A secure person does not need to control others. A secure person trusts. And trust exists precisely where fear is low. The more you build your own inner security, the more you will attract relationships that are genuinely nourishing rather than transactional. Now let us talk about success. Why do you actually want it? For respect? For validation? Or for genuine contribution? If your motivation for success is to prove something to people who doubted you, then no matter what you achieve, there will be an emptiness inside. The applause will never be enough. But if your motivation is growth and impact, if you genuinely want to contribute something meaningful to the world, then the journey itself becomes fulfilling, and success arrives as a natural consequence rather than a desperate destination. Good vibes does not mean problems will stop coming. It means problems will no longer break you. Life will be unfair at times. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. But your stability will no longer depend on the outside situation. You will choose a response rather than default to a reaction. And that one shift changes absolutely everything. Half-hearted commitment does not work. Many people want to change their lives. But secretly, they also want to stay exactly where they are. They want growth, but do not want to leave comfort. They want respect, but do not want to set boundaries. They want peace, but do not want to stop overthinking. Transformation does not accept half-hearted commitment. You are either changing or you are making excuses. There is no middle path. The question is no longer what life is doing to you. The question is what you are going to do with your life. Because the power is here. The choice is here. The moment is now. And when choices become conscious, destiny begins to shift. Your life will not change because of one big dramatic decision. It will change because of the small decisions you make every single day. The day you decide, today I will not complain. The day you decide, today I will not insult myself. The day you decide, today I will rise above comparison. That is where good vibes begin. Not in a single moment of inspiration, but in the quiet, repeated, daily choice to take responsibility for your own energy. Imagine. Seriously, take a moment to genuinely imagine this. If for the next 6 months you committed to loving yourself fully, if you learned to set real boundaries, if you chose your thoughts consciously every single day, how different could your life actually be? Your relationships would shift. Your confidence would shift. Your opportunities would shift. Because the world changes after you change, not before. But here is the truth that matters most. Listening alone changes nothing. Inspiration is temporary. Application is permanent. Simply hearing these ideas and feeling motivated for an afternoon will not transform your life. You have to take this knowledge and actually use it. Deeply internalize it. Practice it. Return to it when you slip. Let it slowly rewire the way you think and the way you see yourself. The link to the Good Vibes, Good Life book is in the description below. But do not just glance at it. Order it. Read it slowly. Highlight the parts that hit you hardest. Apply them. Because when you invest in something, your commitment to it grows. Free advice can motivate you for an evening. Invested knowledge can transform you for a lifetime. Your next step, right now. You can go on living as a victim of your circumstances, or you can live as the creator of your reality. You can stay in average energy, or you can choose to operate at a high vibration. The choice is entirely in your hands. Life gives you exactly what you believe you deserve. So decide today, out loud, if you can. I deserve peace. I deserve respect. I deserve growth. I deserve love. Do not just feel good vibes. Become good vibes. and watch how the world around you quietly begins to adjust. The more you know yourself, the clearer it becomes. Who is right for you? What work is right for you? Which direction is right for you? Clarity silences the noise. And when the noise goes quiet, your intuition begins to speak. Your answers have been there all along. You just allowed the voices of the outside world to drown them out. Greatness is not loud. It is consistent. And consistency, over time, becomes destiny. If this video has given you even one real insight, one idea that made you see yourself or your life differently, please like this video right now. That small action is not just support. It is a signal that you are choosing growth energy. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss content like this. And drop a comment below telling us, what is the one habit you are committing to change starting today? When you make a public commitment, the probability of real change goes up significantly. We want to hear yours. Remember, you are not a victim of your life. You are the creator of it. You have always had the power to choose. The only question was whether you were using it consciously. Today is the day you start. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday. Today. Do not just feel good vibes. Be good vibes. The world will take care of the rest.